Hey guys, today on Lunchtime Lessons, I'll teach you guys how to draw a face. So, the important parts about face structure is just the generic guidelines that you have, and then you can make basically just this simple pattern into any face that you want. Alright, so let's get to it. Alright, here's the old stuff I was talking about before. But now with the face. First you want to start with an upside down egg. So a little bit wider at the top, and then you make it a little bit skinnier down at the bottom. Next you're going to break this into 3 different sections. So you're going to start off with the midline. You want it roughly in the middle of the face. And that's going to be splitting the top half from the bottom half. It's also called the eye line. Next we're going to go and split this in half, and it's called the nose line. So eyeball it a little bit, and there we go. So now we have the eye line and we have the nose line. Now we're going to split the nose line and the chin in half, and that's going to be the mouth line. So basically what all of these do is the eye line is exactly where the eyes go. The nose line is right where the nose ends, and the mouth line is right where the mouth ends. So if we do a little midline, so now we have the middle of the face, we're going to make 5 eyes worth of distance. So that's a little bit off. Basically you're making 4 lines, and you want them all to be the same. The trick to measuring is to take the end of your pencil or pen and your fingertip. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we'll push this a little bit wider. Perfect. So yeah, whenever you see artists with their arms straight and their thumb sort of measuring something, what they're doing is they're gauging the size of something. So now that we have these marks in there, what we're going to do is, in the, these two, 2 and 4, we're going to put a little circle, those are the eyes. Then from below the eye line to just above, and sort of clipping off the top of the circle you just made, those are going to be your eyes. Next, we're going to go down to the nose line, and you don't want to go all the way to it. Remember, that's the bottom of your nose line, the bottom of your nose, and your nose out past the tip of it still has some underneath it. So we're going to give the bottom of the nose, have the 2 little nostrils right here. My phone just hit my pen, but that's fine. And then you can give yourself a little shadow under the nose. Next, we're going to go to the mouth. So in the middle, basically you can just put your mouth line. It can be simple, it can be slightly shaped like mine. A little M, sort of like a squashed down M is a good mouth shape. Next you add the bottom lip, then you shade down to where the top of the lip goes. Next you're going to add the shading on the side. So I'm a righty, so I always give just shading on the left side of faces, because it's sort of just how I've always done it. But if you wanted to shade on the other side, that's fine. This would be the light coming from this direction. So you give a little bit of shadow right here. Next, you're going to add in the top of the eyes and the eyebrows. So eyebrows, let's see if I can do this without hitting the phone. So you want to give like 2 shapes. Usually it's a little rectangle or a triangle, and then a line at the end. And that's your general eyebrow shape. Everybody, of course, has their own eyebrows, and they're going to look different, and that's what sort of gives character and individuality to everybody. but in a generic face, you can give these eyebrows. Next, when we want to define where the edge of our mouth goes, drop down straight from the eyes, and that's the maxed length of the mouth, basically. So the tips of the mouth are going to end up being right at the point right underneath your eyes. Also, your nose, forgot to mention this, is right on the inside of your eyes. So the inside of the eyes is the edge of the nose, the middle of the eyes is the edge of the mouth. In between your eye line and your nose line, you're going to put your ears. And then basically your cheeks will be put in right around that nose line, a little bit higher, a little bit lower. That's sort of an individual person thing, and maybe the cheeks are sunken in, or maybe the cheeks are fleshed out and bony, or whatever, you know, everybody's got their own face. Lastly, we have the hairline, and depending upon what style of hair is dependent upon where it starts. If someone's bald, it's going to be significantly higher. If they have a very low ridge line for their hair, it's going to be lower, but basically, as you draw it in, you want to start a little bit lower than the top of the head, and then you want to have it go a little bit higher than the top of your head as well. So as it comes down, you can give them any kind of hair you want, give them some bangs, have the hair go down. Then, dependent upon the jawline, is dependent upon whether or not your generic face becomes more feminine or more masculine. Hard jawlines, where they're rigid and straight, that's more masculine. If they're softer, that's more feminine. So there's your masculine, there's your feminine. This face ends up looking a little bit more feminine, so I'm going to turn it into a little bit more of a lady. So you have that rounded chin, softer edges. Give her little earrings. Give her a nose ring, eyebrow ring. So there you have it. Now it's really just adding in shadows underneath the lips, underneath the bottom lip, giving a little bit of a shadow to the dark side of the face. The nose will have a dip and a dark spot behind it. The eyes will have a brighter patch. The eyes have a dark shadow going sort of like underneath around them, but then the cheek itself will have that highlight. And then you come down around the edge of the chin and make sure that the bottom lip is highlighted, and then you're going to go around the point of the chin. That's going to give you a little bit more depth as well. But other than that, here you go. This is basically how to draw a face. Very generic, very basic. And there you go. Got yourself a little face. So hope you guys like this. I will see you guys in the next lunchtime lesson. And have a good one.